I need to set up my screenshotting. Let me see. I should save that to desktop. It is. Okay. So now I can screenshot if there's something good to screenshot for later. Big news. I don't know, Source Camp. We'll see. This is the keynote for the developer conference today. Sam Altman last night posted that he said it felt like Christmas Eve, which says to me they're going to announce some big stuff that he's excited about. And then the leaks that happened on Friday, I think Friday, were a bot maker, things like that. So gonna be interesting stuff. Hey Otto, what's happening? D. I'm not sure my brain can handle anymore. I'm right there with you. I'm like, I just decided to do this. I've never really done like a live stream commentary before, so this could be an absolute shit show. But welcome to AI Learning Lab. Happy OpenAI Day. Making bots is AI news. Yep, it is. Hey bud. Hey Jim Taylor, what's happening? Good to see you. Good to see you. Human being. Nice name. Ravenstown. And as soon as they go live, I'll pop up. Let's see their choice of music. Let's see their choice of hold music. Yeah, it sounds like it was AI composed. Sounds like something you'd do on SoundRaw. Good morning. Good morning, Ricky Ticky Fabby. Hair Growth Geek. What's shaking? What's shaking? I'm all excited. Oh, wait. Is this a daydream? You're on once again? Ella Funk. Funk. Ella the Elefunk. Yes. Yeah, it does feel different doing this in the daytime. I feel like I can't quite be myself, but that's all right. What are you going to do? What are you going to do? I have no body parts shaking, and that's a good thing. Here for the shit show, or as Dali might say, Sahit Sao Show. Exactly. What's happening, Cindy? Good to see you. I'm excited for what you're going to present at the salon tomorrow. So Cindy Kuhn, who's a futurist, is speaking at tomorrow night's AI Salon. So if you're not a part of the AI Salon, go to thesalon.ai and sign up for the meetup. You should also join the Discord. Even though we're going to move off that soon, you should still join it and become part of the community. But that music's driving me crazy. There's party favors. Yay! All right. Welcome. And do me a favor, if you would, share this live so we can get as many people in here, because I don't normally go live this time of day. And I also have my countdown timer says this isn't starting. You're in the green room hanging out before the thing actually starts. Be not afraid, encourage more viewers to share. That would be awesome. Yes. Genie in a bottle, good to see you. Like the live. Wait, can I invite? How do I share? Is this it? Bruno, Lizelle. Yeah, this is good. Oh, Source Camp's already in here. All right, I just shared the live too to some folks. AI Learning Lab shared with more than 10 friends. Yes, I did. There's 12,200 people watching the YouTube stream, and we have 30 here. So it's close. We're close. We're close to AI level or OpenAI level numbers. Mm-mm-mm. Request to join. And by the way, this is if you want to see this live on your own computer, this is at OpenAI's YouTube channel, and then click on their live tab, and you'll see this, so you can listen to it there locally. Because I'll probably mute occasionally to talk about shit. I don't really know what I'm doing here. Like, well, that's the whole point of the channel, isn't it? I'm leaning into not knowing what I'm doing here. Oh man. Wait, what happened with the time change? I have the stream happening in a day now. No, it should be. They started streaming 25 minutes ago with this little animated opening. So this was a non-live stream, and now it's a live stream. So this is good. This is unlike the HeyGen thing that I went to, where they didn't get this going until 5 minutes after. I'm listening while at work. Don't tell my boss. I would never tell your boss Forever Young. This is work. We're finding out what's happening with generative AI stuff that's going to completely transform your company. So I think this is an appropriate use of your time. I will support you on that. You like say to your boss, go talk to Kyle Shannon. Who's Kyle Shannon? That's not important right now, but he'll vouch for me. I'll do it too. I don't give two shits. Let me make that. How do I make that straight? Kyle, I request to your live. Not Dar, just resting. Oh, Dar. Dar, the internet TikTok star. Da 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 da. Bow! All right, I will most likely. I don't know what I'm going to do. It depends how. I assume there's going to be a lot of kind of dead space where they're thanking people and things like that. So I'm going to try to just let it play so we can all see it together. Check my request. Oh, your request. Do we have time? What time is it? We have 2 minutes. We can do it. Can you do it quick, Sherry? Here you go. Hello.
Does this work?
What's happening?
Oh, that's cool. Okay, it just works. I just wanted to test if it works. So next time we could do live with a bunch of people. Bye.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay, bye.
Awesome. Bye. See ya.
How do I get rid of it now? Oh my goodness.
I don't know. There you go. All right. There's that. Oops. Oh man, what the hell is going on with the hair? Time for a haircut. I don't mind it at night, but live, good Lord. Make a Kyle Shannon certificate of attendance for future boss. Oh, that's not bad. Rudy, wow, Mr. Shannon, you go live now. Yeah, so this is, we're here to, I'm going to live stream the OpenAI Dev Keynote. So we're going to be live for an hour. And then I have a meeting right after this. So I'll be shutting down right at 11 my time. Or 12 my time. It's just about 11 my time. So it is just about 11 Mountain Time. And I'll go for an hour. Is this the 24-hour live? No. I still haven't quite decided if I'm going to do a 24-hour live. But I'm going to do something. So we'll figure it out. Damn, okay. Well, I got excited when I saw you. Yeah. No, this is definitely a non-standard time when I'm going live. I also feel like I can't swear because people are watching this at work. Although for those of you on the other side of the world, you're probably watching this, at night when the when the East Coasters do on the normal lives. So It's good to know Sherry can do that for November 30th. Oh, yeah, exactly. That's awesome. Terrific. All right. So, all right, let me pull something over here because I am at work. Oh, this is getting louder. There we go.
Good morning. Thank you for joining us today. Please welcome to the stage Sam Altman.
Good morning. Welcome to our first ever OpenAI Dev Day. We're thrilled that you're here, and this energy is awesome. And welcome to San Francisco. San Francisco has been our home since day one. The city is important to us and to the tech industry in general. We're looking forward to continuing to grow here. So we've got some great stuff to announce today. But first, I'd like to take a minute to talk about some of the stuff that we've done over the past year. About a year ago, November 30th, we shipped ChatGPT as a low-key research preview. And that went pretty well. In March, we followed that up with the launch of GPT4, still the most capable model out in the world.
Yep. That's not bullshit.
And in the last few months, we launched voice and vision capabilities so that ChatGPT can now see, hear, and speak. And more recently, there's a lot, you don't have to clap each time. And more recently, we launched DALL-E 3, the world's most advanced image model. You can use it, of course, inside of ChatGPT. For our enterprise customers, we launched ChatGPT Enterprise, which offers enterprise-grade security and privacy, higher speed GPT-4 access, longer context windows, a lot more. Today, we've got about 2 million developers building on our API for a wide variety of use cases, doing amazing stuff. Over 92% of Fortune 500 companies building on our products. And we have about 100 million weekly active users now on ChatGPT.
Wow. 100 million weekly.
Incredible on that is we got there entirely through word of mouth. People just find it useful and tell their friends.
Yep.
OpenAI is the most advanced and the most widely used AI platform in the world now. But numbers never tell the whole picture on something like this. What's really important is how people use the products, how people are using AI. And so I'd like to show you a quick video.
I actually wanted to write something to my dad in Tagalog. I want a non-romantic way to tell my parent that I love him. And I also want to tell him that he can rely on me, but in a way that still has the respect of like a child to parent relationship that you should have in Filipino culture and in Tagalog grammar. When it's translated in Tagalog, I love you very deeply and I will be with you no matter where the path leads.
I see some of the possibility. I was like, whoa, sometimes I'm not sure what's
Oops.
ChatGPT, like, hey, this is what I'm thinking about, so it kind of give it that more confidence.
The first thing that just blew my mind was it levels with you. Like, that's something that a lot of people struggle to do. It opened my mind to just what every creative could do if they just had a person helping them out who listens.
So this is to represent sibling hemoglobin.
And you built that with ChatGPT?
ChatGPT built it with me.
Using it for daily activities like, hey, here's a picture of my fridge. Can you tell me what I'm missing? Because I'm going grocery shopping and I really need to do recipes that are following my vegan diet.
As soon as we got access to Code Interpreter, I was like, wow, this thing is awesome. It can build spreadsheets, it can do anything.
I discovered Chatty about 3 months ago.
Chatty.
On my 100th birthday.
Wow.
Chatty is very friendly, very patient, very knowledgeable, and very quick. It's been a wonderful thing.
I'm a 4.0 student, but I also have 4 children. When I started using ChatGPT, I realized I could ask ChatGPT that question, and not only does it give me an
Crypto
answer,
Joe.
but it gives me an explanation. Didn't need tutoring as much. It gave me a life back. It gave me time for my family and time for me.
I have chronic nerve pain, on my whole left half of my body. I have nerve damage. Had like a spine, brain surgery. And so I have like limited use of my left hand. Now you can just have like the integration of voice input. And the newest one where you can have the back and forth dialogue. That's just like
accessibility.
Maximum.
Huge.
Best interface for me. It's here.
So we love hearing the stories of how people are using the technology. It's really why we do all of this. Okay, so now on to the new stuff, and we have got a lot.
Oh yeah, here we go.
First, we're going to talk about a bunch of improvements we've made, and then we'll talk about where we're headed next. Over the last year, we spent a lot of time talking to developers around the world. We've heard a lot of your feedback. It's really informed what we have to show you today. Today, we are launching a new model, GPT4 Turbo.
Oh.
GPT4 Turbo will address many of the things that you all have asked for. So let's go through what's new. We've got 6 major things to talk about for this part. Number 1, context length.
Yay.
A lot of people have tasks that require a much longer context length. GPT-4 supported up to 8K, and in some cases up to 32K context length. But we know that isn't enough for many of you and what you want to do. GPT-4 Turbo supports up to 128,000 tokens of context.
Oh! Going after Claude.
That's 300 pages of a standard book, 16 times longer than our 8K context.
Nice.
And in addition to longer context length, you'll notice that the model is much more accurate over a long context.
Great.
Number 2, more control. We've heard loud and clear that developers need more control over the model's responses and outputs. So we've addressed that in a number of ways. We have a new feature called JSON mode.
Oh, nice.
Which ensures that the model will respond with valid JSON. This has been a huge developer request. It'll make calling APIs much easier.
Big deal.
The model is also much better.
Yes, more accurate over a long
You can now call
conversation.
many functions at once.
Dunkaroo.
And it'll do better at following instructions in general. We're also introducing a new feature called reproducible outputs. You can pass a C parameter, and it'll make the model return consistent outputs.
Ooh.
This, of course, gives you a higher degree of control over model behavior. This rolls out in beta today.
Wow.
And in the coming weeks, we'll roll out a feature to let you view log probs in the API.
Now, likely this is just going to be in ChatGPT Playground. It's not going to necessarily be in ChatGPT.
To be able to access better knowledge.
That's my guess.
So we're launching retrieval in the platform. You can bring knowledge from outside documents or databases into whatever you're building.
Ooh, that's huge.
We're also updating the knowledge cutoff. We are just as annoyed as all of you, probably more, that GPT-4's knowledge about the world ended in 2021. We will try to never let it get that out of date again. GPT-4 Turbo has knowledge about the world up to April of 2023, and we will continue to improve that over time. Number 4, new modalities. Surprising no one, DALL-E 3, GPT-4 Turbo with Vision, and the new text-to-speech model are all going into the API today.
Oh, yes. So if you're doing Zapier automations, you can now call all these things, is what that means.
There's a handful of customers that have just started using DALL-E 3 to programmatically generate images and designs. Today, Coke is launching a campaign that lets its customers generate Diwali cards using DALL-E 3.
Wow.
And of course, our safety systems help developers protect their applications against misuse. Those tools are available in the API.
Wow.
GPT-4 Turbo can now accept images as inputs via the API.
Wow.
And generate captions, classifications, and analysis. For example, Be My Eyes uses this technology to help people who are blind or have low vision with their daily tasks like identifying products in front of them.
API stands for Application Programming Interface. It's how programmers can take data from their app, send it to OpenAI, run it through GPT-4, and get really cool stuff back.
Preset voices to choose from. I'll play an example.
Did you know that Alexander Graham Bell, the eminent inventor, was enchanted by the world of sounds? His ingenious mind led to the creation of the graphophone, which etch sounds onto wax, making voices whisper through time.
This is much more natural than anything else we've heard out there. Voice can make apps more natural to interact with and more accessible. It also unlocks a lot of use cases like language learning and voice assistance. Speaking of new modalities, we're also releasing the next version of our open source speech recognition model, Whisper v3 today.
Ooh.
It'll be coming soon to the API.
Whisper 2 is amazing.
It features improved performance across many languages, and we think you're really going to like it. Okay, number 5, customization. Fine-tuning has been working really well for GPT 3.5 since we launched it a few months ago. Starting today, we're going to expand that to the 16K version of the model. Also starting today, we're inviting active fine-tuning users to apply for the GPT-4 fine-tuning experimental access program. The fine-tuning API is great for adapting our models to achieve better performance in a wide variety of applications with a relatively small amount of data. But you may want a model to learn a completely new knowledge domain or to use a lot of proprietary data. So today we're launching a new program called Custom Models.
Ooh.
With custom models, our researchers will work closely with a company to help them make a great custom model, especially for them and their use case using our tools.
Think anyone with proprietary data. They're going to be able to build custom applications with their data using ChatGPT4 processing.
Whatever else. We won't be able to do this with many companies to start. It'll take a lot of work, and in the interest of expectations, at least initially, it won't be cheap. But if you're excited to push things as far as they can currently go, please get in touch with us, and we think we can do something pretty great. Okay, and then number 6, higher rate limits. We're doubling the tokens per minute for all of our established GPT-4 customers so that it's easier to do more. And you'll be able to request changes to further rate limits and quotas directly in your API account settings. In addition to these rate limits, it's important to do everything we can do to make it new successful building on our platform. So we're introducing Copyright Shield.
Oh, interesting.
Copyright Shield means that we will step in and defend our customers and pay the costs incurred if you face legal claims around copyright infringement. And this applies both to ChatGPT Enterprise and the API.
They're following Microsoft there. That's probably because their enterprise customers are saying they need that.
Do not train on data from the API or ChatGPT Enterprise
ever. Yeah, so this is in response to customers.
There's actually one more developer request that's been even bigger than all of these. And so I'd like to talk about that now. And that's pricing.
Oh, this is big.
GPT-4 Turbo is the industry-leading model. It delivers a lot of improvements that we just covered, and it's a smarter model than GPT-4. We've heard from developers that there are a lot of things that they want to build, but GPT-4 just costs too much. They've told us that if we could decrease the cost by 20, 25%, that would be great.
It's going to be 10x cheaper, I bet.
I'm super excited to announce that we worked really hard on this, and GPT-4 Turbo, a better model, is considerably cheaper than GPT-4. By a
3x,
factor of 3x for prompt tokens.
That's huge.
And 2x for completion tokens starting today.
Great. Awesome.
So the new pricing is 1 cent per 1,000 prompt tokens and 3 cents per 1,000 completion tokens. For most customers, that will lead to a blended rate more than 2.75 times cheaper to use for GPT-4 Turbo than GPT-4.
Great.
We worked super hard to make this happen. We hope you're as excited about it as we are. So we decided to prioritize price first because we had to choose one or the other, but we're going to work on speed next. We know that speed is important too. Soon you will notice GPT-4 Turbo becoming a lot faster. We're also decreasing the cost of GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K. Also, input tokens are 3x less and output tokens are 2x less, which means that GPT 3.5 16K is now cheaper than the previous GPT 3.5 4K model. Running a fine-tuned GPT 3.5 Turbo 16K version is also cheaper than the old fine-tuned 4K version. Okay, so we just covered a lot about the model itself. We hope that these changes address your feedback. We're really excited to bring all of these improvements to everybody now. In all of this, we're lucky to have a partner.
Does this affect
who's
subscription
instrumental
rate?
in making it happen.
I doubt it.
So I'd like to bring on a special guest, Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft.
Oh, here we go. This could be good. This is going to be connections to Office 365, I bet.
Thank you.
Huge.
Satya, thanks so much for coming here.
It's fantastic to be here, and Sam, congrats. I mean, I'm really looking forward to Turbo and everything else that you have coming. It's been just fantastic partnering with you guys.
I love this guy. He's great.
2 questions. Won't take too much of your time. How is Microsoft thinking about the partnership currently?
First, we love you guys. No, look,
that's going to change
It's been
Dunkaroo.
fantastic for us. In fact, I remember the first time I think you reached out and said, "Hey, do you have some Azure credits?" We've come a long way from there.
Thank you for that.
you guys have built something magical. I mean, quite frankly, there are 2 things for us when it comes to the partnership. The first is these workloads, and even when I was listening backstage to how you're describing what's coming, even it's just so different and new. I've been in this infrastructure business for 3 decades.
No one has ever seen infrastructure.
And the workload, the pattern of the workload, these training jobs are so synchronous and so large and so data parallel. And so the first thing that we have been doing is building in partnership with you the system, all the way from thinking from power to the DC to the rack to the accelerators to the network, and just really the shape of Azure is drastically changed and is changing rapidly in support of these models that you're building. And so our job number 1 is to build the best systems so that you can build the best models and then make that all available to developers. And so the other thing is we ourselves are a developer. So we're building products. In fact, my own conviction of this entire generation.
Tired runner. I don't know that Microsoft will ever buy OpenAI, but I doubt it. Unless they get in trouble.
So we want to build our Copilot, GitHub Copilot, all as developers on top of OpenAI APIs. And so we are very, very committed to that. And what does that mean to developers? Look,
Rudy, I just spent my $20.
A developer
That's
company
funny.
and a partner company. And so we want to make, for example, we want to make GitHub available, GitHub Copilot available as the enterprise edition available to all the attendees here so that they can try it out.
That's awesome.
Yeah, we're very excited about that.
That's good. When are you going to give it to the rest of us, buddy?
And you
right
can
now?
count on us to build the best infrastructure in Azure with your API support and bring it to all of you. And then even things like the Azure Marketplace. So for developers who are building products out here to get to market rapidly. So that's sort of really our intent here.
Great. And how do you think about the future? Future of the partnership or future of AI or whatever?
Yeah, there.
Anything you want.
That's there are a couple of things for me that I think are going to be very, very key for us, right? One is I just described how the systems that are needed as you aggressively push forward on your roadmap requires us to be on the top of our game, and we intend fully to commit ourselves deeply to making sure you all, as builders of these foundation models, have not only the best systems for training and inference, but the most compute. So that you
do me a favor, and please share the live if you can, so we can get some more people in here. Thanks.
That's the way we want to make progress. The second thing I think both of us care about, in fact, quite frankly, the thing that excited both sides to come together is your mission and our mission. Our mission is to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. And
good eye.
AI is only going to be useful if it truly does empower, right? I mean, I saw the video you played early. I mean, that was fantastic to see.
Thank you all. Thanks for sharing the live.
Describe what AI meant for them and what they were able to achieve. So ultimately, it's about being able to get the benefits of AI broadly disseminated to everyone, I think is going to be the goal for us. And then the last thing is, of course, we're very grounded in the fact that safety matters, and safety is not something that you care about later, but it's something we do shift left on. And we're very, very focused on that with you all.
Great. Well, I think we have the best partnership in tech. I'm excited for us to build AGI together.
No, I'm really excited. Have a fantastic.
Thank you very much for coming.
Thank you so
nice.
much.
Just reiterating, it's an important partnership. They're not going to let them flail.
Okay.
Make it safe for corporations.
A lot of great updates for developers already, and we got a lot more to come. But even though this is a developer conference, we can't resist making some improvements to ChatGPT.
Here we go.
So a small one, ChatGPT now uses GPT4 Turbo. with all the latest improvements, including the latest knowledge cutoff, which will continue to update.
That means we get 128,000 tokens.
It can now browse the web when it needs to, write and run code, analyze data, take and generate images, and much more. And we heard your feedback, that model picker, extremely annoying.
Yep.
That is gone.
Yay!
Starting today.
Sam,
you will
listen.
not have to click around the drop-down menu.
Starting today.
All of this will just work together. ChatGPT, yeah.
Hang on. I'm going to look now.
ChatGPT will just know what to use and when you need it. But that's not the main thing. And neither was price.
I still have the
actually,
old version,
main
but we'll see.
Developer request. There was one that was even bigger than that. And I want to talk about where we're headed and the main thing we're here to talk about today. So we believe that if you give people better tools, they will do amazing things. We know that people want AI that is smarter, more personal, more customizable, can do more on your behalf. Eventually, you'll just ask the computer for what you need, and it'll do all of these tasks for you. These capabilities are often talked in the AI field about as agents.
Oh, here we go. Here's the bots.
Upsides of this are going to be tremendous. At OpenAI, we really believe that gradual iterative deployment is the best way to address the safety issues, the safety challenges with AI. We think it's especially important to move carefully towards this future of agents. It's going to require a lot of technical work and a lot of thoughtful consideration by society. So today, we're taking our first small step that moves us towards this future. We're thrilled to introduce GPTs. GPTs are tailored versions of ChatGPT for a specific purpose.
These are bots. These are bots.
You can build a
just
GPT,
like Poe bots.
A customized version of ChatGPT for almost anything.
Yeah,
With
this
instructions,
is incredible.
Expanded knowledge and actions, and then you can publish it for others to use.
Calling them GPTs is
they
genius.
combine instructions, expanded knowledge, and actions, they can be more helpful to you. They can work better in many contexts, and they can give you better control. They'll make it easier for you to accomplish all sorts of tasks or just have more fun.
Jim Ross, it's like Christmas. It is.
Right within ChatGPT. You can, in effect, program a GPT with language.
Oh,
just like
former
GPT.
President Obama
It's
from
easy to
Becky Rue is
customize
in charge of AI
and
regulations.
This
That's
makes building them
promising.
very accessible, and it gives agency to everyone. So we're going to show you what GPTs are, how to use them, how to build them, and then we're going to talk about how they'll be distributed and discovered.
Jennifer L., happy
After that, for
birthday.
developers, we're going to show you how to build these agent-like experiences into your own apps. So first, let's look at a few examples. Our partners at code.org are working hard to expand computer science in schools.
Lesson planner.
They've got a curriculum
This
that
is
used by tens
huge.
of millions of students worldwide.
This is huge that you can publish
Code.org
these.
crafted Lesson Planner GPT to help teachers provide a more engaging experience for middle schoolers. If a teacher asks it to explain for loops in a creative way, it does just that. In this case, it'll do it in terms of a video game character, repeatedly picking up coins. Super easy to understand for an 8th grader. As you can see, this GPT brings together code.org's extensive curriculum and expertise and lets teachers adapt it to their needs quickly and easily. Next, Canva has built a GPT that lets you start designing by describing what you want in natural language. If you say, make
Thank
a
you all.
a dev day reception this evening.
Just
and
in
you
a
give it some
school board
details,
meeting thinking about
It'll
ChatGPT.
generate a few options to start
Huge.
with by hitting Canva's APIs. Now, this concept may be familiar to some of you. We've evolved our plugins to be custom actions for GPTs. You can keep chatting with this to see different iterations. And when
Wow.
you see one you like, you can click through to Canva for the full design experience.
Wow.
So now, we'd like to show you a GPT live.
Oh, that's so cool. Here we go.
Zapier has built a GPT that lets you perform actions across 6,000 applications to unlock all kinds of integration
Oh my
possibilities.
God.
I'd like
Yeah.
to introduce Jessica,
No
one of
sleep.
our solutions architects.
No sleep for
who's
us.
going to drive this demo.
This is done. This is holy crap.
Thank you all for being here. My name is Jessica Shea. I work with partners and customers to bring their product to life. And today, I can't wait to show you how hard we've been working on this. So let's get started. So to start, where your GPT will live is on this upper left corner. I'm going to start with clicking on the Zapier AI actions. And on the right-hand side, you can see that's my calendar for today. So it's quite a day. I've already used this before, so it's actually already connected to my calendar. To start, I can ask, what's on my schedule for today? We build GPTs with security in mind. So before it performs any action or share data, it will ask for your permission. So right here, I'm gonna say aloud. So GPT is designed to take in your instructions, make the decision on which capability to call to perform that action, and then execute that for you. So you can see right here, it's already connected to my calendar. It pulls into my information.
Genie in a bottle.
I've also prompted it to identify conflicts on my calendar. So you can see right here,
this is
it actually was
crazy.
able to identify that. So it looks like I have something coming up. So what if I want to let Sam know that I have to leave early? So right here I say, let Sam know I gotta go, chasing GPUs. So with that, I'm gonna swap to my conversation with Sam, and then I'm gonna say, yes, please run that. Sam, did you get that?
I did.
Awesome. So this is only a glimpse of what is possible, and I cannot wait to see what
Papa
you all
J,
build.
yes, it looks
Thank you.
like Zapier and Canva are integrated, but it sounds like we're going to be able to connect these bots to other services. So we'll be able to use a consumer version of an API, basically.
In addition to these, there are many more kinds of GPTs that people are creating, and many, many more that will be created.
Fucking genius that they're calling them GPTs. They're making it like Xerox, a term that everyone will just
Don't know
use.
how to code.
Always associate it with them.
We
Brilliant.
so that you can program the GPT just by having a conversation. We believe that natural language is going to be a big part of how people use computers in the future.
Yep.
And we think this is an interesting early example. So I'd like to show you how to build one.
He's going to build one right now.
So
This is
I'm
so
going to
cool.
create a GPT that helps give founders and developers advice when starting new projects. I'm going to go to create a GPT here, and this drops me into the GPT builder.
Sherry
I work
D
with
getting
founders and
emotional.
engineers at YC,
This is
and
exciting.
Still, whenever I meet developers,
This is quite
the questions
exciting.
I get are always about how do I, think about a business idea? Can you give me some advice? I'm going to see if I can build a GPT to help with that. So to start, GPT Builder asks me what I want to make. And I'm going to say, I want to help
GPT
startup
Builder.
founders.
It's like DALL-E. This is app development like DALL-E. You just ask it for what you want. It's going to code it. This is staggering.
After the founder has gotten
Can
some
Neuralink
advice,
connect with GPT? Probably not that far off, Crypto
drill
Joe.
them on why they are not growing faster. All right. So to start off, I just tell the GPT a little bit about what I want here. And it's going to go off and start thinking about that. And it's going to write some detailed instructions for the GPT. It's also going to, ask me about a name. How do I feel about Startup Mentor? That's fine. That's good. So if I didn't like the name, of course, I could call
It's
it
even
something
naming
else, but,
the
gonna
thing
try to
for
have this
you.
conversation
Brilliant.
with me and start there. And
Yeah,
you
this
can
is
see
this
here
is just
on,
like DALL-E, but
on
for
the right in the preview mode that it's
bot
already
development.
starting to fill out the GPT. Where
Amazing.
it says what it does. It has some ideas of additional questions that I could ask. And
made an icon
you know
using
what?
DALL-E.
So it just generated a candidate. Of course, I could regenerate that or change it, but I sort of like that. So I will say, that's great. And you see now that the GPT is being built out a little bit more as we go.
This
Now,
is unbelievable.
What I want this to do, how it can interact with users, I could talk about style here, but what I'm going to say is I am going to upload transcripts of some lectures about startups I have given.
Oh, man.
Please give advice based off of
Okay,
those.
he's uploading his documents to inform this bot.
Now, it's going to go figure out how to do that. And I would like to show you the configure tab. So you can see
Cindy
some of the things
Kuhn.
that were built out
This has
here
got your name written all over it.
by the builder itself. And you can see that there's capabilities here that I can enable. I could add custom actions. These are all fine to leave. I'm going to upload a file. So here is a lecture that I picked that I gave with some startup advice. And I'm going to add that here. In terms of these questions, this is a dumb one. The rest of those are reasonable. and like very much things founders often ask. I'm going to add one more thing to the instructions here, which is be concise and constructive with feedback.
Right. So it sets it up, and now you just go in and edit it.
Again, if we had more time, I'd show you a bunch of other things.
Brilliant.
But this is like a decent start. And now we can try it out over on this preview tab. So I will say, what's a common question? What are 3 things to look for? What are 3 things to look for when hiring employees at an early stage startup? Now it's going to look at that document I uploaded. It'll also have, of course, all of the background knowledge of GPT-4.
Look how fast it is, too. That's the turbo.
That's pretty good. Those are 3 things that I definitely have said many times. Now we could go on and it would start following the other instructions and,
you can add your own data to your bot. You can add your own data to your bot. You can add your own data to your bot.
Only to me for now.
Then you can publish it.
I can work on it later. I can add more content. I can add a few actions that I think would be useful.
We're going to make money with ChatGPT.
So that's what it looks like to create a GPT. Thank you.
That's amazing. I think I need this rolled out a little slower.
I always wanted
I'm
to
right
do
there
that
with
after,
you.
like, all of the
Oh
books,
my God, this is
I always
amazing.
thought, man, someday I'll be able to make a bot that will do this, and that'll be awesome. So with GPTs, we're letting people easily share and discover all the fun ways that they use ChatGPT with the world. You can make private GPTs like I just did. Or you can share your creations publicly with a link for anyone to use.
Awesome.
Or if you're on ChatGPT Enterprise, you can make GPTs just for your company.
Beautiful.
And later this month,
people have been asking about that in their lives.
The GPT store.
Later this month,
You
GPT store.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
One person clapped. Democracy of AI. Yep, indeed.
You can list a GPT there, and we'll be able to feature the best and the most popular GPTs. Of course, we'll make sure that GPTs in the store follow our policies before they're accessible.
So just like the App Store.
Revenue sharing is important to us.
Here we go. You
We're
can make
gonna
money
pay
with
people who build
ChatGPT.
the most useful and the most used GPTs a portion of our revenue.
Wow.
We're excited to foster a vibrant ecosystem with the GPT store. Just from what we've been building ourselves over the weekend, we're confident there's going to be a lot of great stuff.
Who said
We're excited
that?
to share.
Tired Runner. Seems like they learned a lot from the plugins garbage.
So those are GPTs.
Exactly.
And we can't wait to see what you build.
Holy crap. That's huge, people.
But this is a developer conference.
Yep.
And the coolest thing about this is that we're bringing the same concept
To the APIs. Amazing. How do I sign up? Well, go to platform.
Many of you have already been building.
If you want to get on the developer side, the playground, go to platform.openai.com/playground and just get an account there. Then you're on the developer side, and definitely pay your $20 on the consumer side on ChatGPT.
For, and Snaps My AI, a customized chatbot that can be added to group chats and make recommendations. These experiences are
It is, isn't it, JRC? It is. It's emotional.
Sometimes take
It's like,
months,
holy shit.
Teams of dozens of engineers. There's a lot to handle to make this custom assistant experience. So today we're making that a lot easier with our new Assistants API.
I was going to
The
say
Assistants
something, but
API includes persistent threads, so they don't have to figure out how to deal with long conversation history. Built-in retrieval, code interpreter, a working Python interpreter in a sandbox environment, and of course, the improved function calling that we talked about earlier. So we'd like to show you a demo of how this works, and here is Roman, our head of developer experience. Welcome, Roman.
yeah, Robert Stone. It's with it being able to do Python, the math thing is going to be handled.
It's been so inspiring to see so many of you infusing AI into your apps. Today,
Cockwell, go to YouTube, go to the OpenAI channel, and click on their lives tab, and you'll see this video.
Assistive agents. So let's dive right in. Imagine I'm building Wanderlust, a travel app for global explorers, and this is the landing page. I've actually used GPT-4 to come up with these destination ideas, and for those of you with a keen eye, these illustrations are generated programmatically using the new DALL-E 3 API available to all of you today. So it's pretty remarkable. But let's enhance this app by adding a very simple assistant to it. This is the screen. We're going to come back to it in a second. First, I'm going to switch over to the new Assistants playground. Creating an assistant is easy. You just give it a name, some initial instructions, a model. In this case, I'll pick GPT-4 Turbo. And here, I'll also go ahead and select some tools. I'll turn on Code Interpreter and Retrieval and Save. And that's it. Our assistant is ready to go.
Wow.
Next, I can integrate with two new primitives of this Assistants API, threads and messages. Let's take a quick look at the code. The process here is very simple. For each new user, I will create a new thread. And as these users engage with their assistant, I will add their messages to these threads. Very simple. And then I can simply run the assistant at any time to stream the responses back to the app. So we can return to the app and try that in action. If I say, hey, let's go to Paris. All right, that's it. With just a few lines of code, users can now have a very specialized assistant right inside the app.
Wow.
And I'd like to highlight one of my favorite features here, function calling. If you have not used it yet, function calling is really powerful. And as Sam mentioned, we're taking it a step further today. It now guarantees the JSON output with no added latency, and you can invoke multiple functions at once for the first time.
Wow. The JSON thing was big. People were having to write around that. So the fact that they fixed that's huge for developers.
I'm going to have the assistant respond to that again. And here, what's interesting is that the assistant knows about functions, including those to annotate the map that you see on the right. And so now all of these pins are dropping.
Oh my God. That's remarkable.
Pretty cool. And that,
if you didn't see what just happened there, the thing made a list of things to do in Paris, and then the function calling dropped those pins on the map.
The harmony you can build between AI and UI, where the assistant is actually taking action.
Oh my God.
But next, let's talk about retrieval. And retrieval is about giving our assistant more knowledge beyond these immediate.
This is huge too. This retrieval thing. This is what LangChain does.
My tickets to
this basically puts LangChain out of business.
I can drop here this PDF. When it's uploading, I can just sneak peek at it. Very typical United flight ticket. And behind the scene here, what's happening is that retrieval is reading these files, and boom, the information about this PDF appeared on the screen.
Wow. Wow.
And this is, of course, a very tiny PDF, but assistants can parse long-form documents.
I need some problems to solve. I think we all do, Lunashtick.
Depending on what you're building. In fact, I also booked an Airbnb, so I'm just going to drag that over to the conversation as well. And by the way, we've heard from so many of you developers how hard that is to build yourself. You typically need to compute your embeddings. You need to set up chunking algorithm. Now, all of that is taken care of.
Wow.
And there's more.
The chunking algorithm means if you put in big documents, it will auto-chunk them.
Which means, setting up a key value store. That means like handling the context window, serializing messages, and so forth. That complexity now completely goes away with this new stateful API.
So the question, is this going to be included with our paid subscription? So there's two different things here. ChatGPT is the $20 a month. What they're talking about now is the developer side of this. So if you're over on the playground working with their API, that's what all this stuff is. So a lot of what developers have access to over here looks like it's incorporated in ChatGPT, but these are two distinct worlds.
Let's move on to a new capability that many of you
Average
have been
person.
requesting for a while.
Wait, let me just.
Code Interpreter is now available today in the API as well.
Let's watch this. Code Interpreter in the
gives
API.
The ability to write and execute code on the fly, but even generate files. So let's see that in action. If I say here, hey, we'll be 4 friends staying at this Airbnb, what's my share of it plus my flights?
Wow.
Right. Now here, what's happening is that Code Interpreter noticed that it should write some code to answer this query. So now it's computing, the number of days in Paris, the number of friends. It's also doing some exchange rate calculation behind the scene to get this answer for us.
Yeah, Papa J.
Not the
exactly.
most complex math, but you get the picture. Imagine you're building a very complex finance app that's crunching countless numbers, plotting charts. So
Here's your
really
math,
fast
tired runner, or whoever
code,
talked about the
then
math.
Entrepreneur will work great for you.
Yep. This is now in the
All
API.
right, I think my trip to Paris is sorted. So to recap here, we've just seen how you can quickly create an assistant that manages state for your user conversations, leverages external tools like knowledge and retrieval.
Yeah, they're not gonna show the answer, Dunkaroo, because it's probably wrong. How does Microsoft feel about the demo on a MacBook? Oh, they don't give a shit. They've got Mac products.
Combined with our new modalities that we're launching.
Most engineers I know use
While
Macs.
working on Dev Day, I built a small custom assistant that knows everything about this event.
Oh
But
wow!
instead of
Look at
having
this.
a chat interface while running around all day today, I thought, why not use voice instead?
Oh, here we go.
So let's
Voice
bring
for
my
the Dev
phone up on
conference.
screen here so you can see it on the right. Awesome. So on the right, you can see a very simple Swift app that takes microphone input. And on the left, I'm actually going to bring up my terminal log so you can see what's happening behind the scenes. So let's give it a shot. Hey there, I'm on the keynote stage right now. Can you greet our attendees here at Dev Day?
Hey everyone, welcome to Dev Day. It's awesome to have you all here. Let's make it an incredible day.
Isn't that impressive? You have 6 unique and rich voices to choose from in the API,
Yeah.
each speaking multiple languages, so you can really find the perfect fit for your app. And on my laptop here on the left, you can see the logs of what's happening behind the scenes too. So I'm using Whisper to convert the voice inputs into text, an assistant with GPT-4 Turbo, and finally the new TTS API to make it speak. But thanks to function calling, things get even more interesting when the assistant can connect to the internet and take real actions for users. So let's do
We've been
something
talking
really
about this.
exciting here together.
Bots
How
that
about
can
this?
take actions.
Hey, assistant, can you randomly select 5 Dev Day attendees here and give them $500 in OpenAI credits?
Yes, checking the list of attendees.
Wow.
Done. I picked 5 Dev Day attendees and added $500 of API credits to their account. Congrats to Christine M., Jonathan C., Stephen G., Luis K., and Suraj S.
All right, if you recognize yourself, awesome, congrats.
Yep.
And that's it. A quick overview today of the new Assistance API combined with some of the new tools and modalities that we launched.
We still have 20
All
minutes to
starting
go.
with the simplicity of a rich text or voice conversation for you and users. We really can't wait to see what you build, and congrats to our lucky winners.
This is
Actually,
mind-blowing.
You know what? You're all part of this amazing OpenAI community here, so I'm just
you're
gonna
welcome,
talk to my
Silver Fox.
assistant one last time before I step off the stage. Hey, assistant, can you actually give everyone here in the audience $500 in OpenAI credits?
Sounds great. Let me go through everyone.
Look at that.
All right. That function will keep running, but I don't have time. So thank you so much, everyone. Have a great day. Back to you, Sam.
The Oprah of AI. That's funny. When is the remedial class, Kyle? As soon as I figure this shit out. Should I make a dev account with the same email? Yeah, I use the same email.
API goes into beta today, and we are super excited
Wow.
to see what you all do with it. Anybody
Holy
can
crap.
handle it. Over time, GPTs and assistants, our precursors to agents, are going to be able to do much, much more. They'll gradually be able to plan and to perform more complex actions on your behalf. As I mentioned before, we really believe in the importance of gradual iterative deployment.
Unless he does
We
one more
believe
thing.
It's important for people to start building with and using these agents now to get a feel for what the world is going to be like as they become more capable. And as we've always done, we'll continue to update our systems based off of their feedback. So we're super excited that we got to share all of this with you today. We introduced GPTs, custom versions of ChatGPT that combine instructions, extended knowledge, and actions.
Amazing.
We launched the Assistance API to make it easier to build assisted experiences with your own apps. These are our first steps towards AI agents, and we'll be increasing their capabilities over time. We introduced a new GPT-4 Turbo model that delivers improved function calling, knowledge, lowered pricing, new modalities, and more. and we're deepening our partnership with Microsoft. In closing, I wanted to take a minute to thank the team that creates all of this. OpenAI has got remarkable talent density, but still, it takes a huge amount of hard work and coordination to make all of this.
Dunkaroo, some of those tools are for developers, but the GPTs are for consumers.
We do all of this because we believe that AI is going to be a technological and societal revolution. It will change the world in many ways, and we're happy to get to work on something that will empower all of you to build so much for all of us. We talked about earlier how if you give people better tools, they can change the world. We believe that AI will be about individual empowerment and agency at a scale that we've never seen before, and that will elevate humanity to a scale that we've never seen before either. We'll be able to do more, to create more, and to have more. As intelligence gets integrated everywhere, we will all have superpowers on demand. We're excited to see what you all will do with this technology and to discover the new future that we're all going to architect together. We hope that you'll come back next year. What we launched today is going to look very quaint relative to what we're busy creating for you now.
Wow.
Thank you for all that you do. Thank you for coming here today.
There you go. Holy crap. There you have it. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. All right, what do you think, quaint? Yeah, what we're going to see a year from now is going to be quaint. Is going to make this stuff look quaint. The fact that we're going to be able to make our own let me get that going. Make our own bots with our own data is huge. So more bots. So Kyle, what's up? So Claude, the main reason I used Claude was for long documents. That's going to be no longer necessary. So what they've told us for all of this year is that GPT-4 was going to have a 32,000 token context window. One of the things he announced today was 128,000 tokens. Claude has 100,000 tokens. So they just flushed Claude down the toilet in terms of a requirement if you have long documents. One of the things people ask for in my lives all the time is, but how do I get it to know shit about my data? They just made that easy for consumers. Also easy for developers. They took all the stuff that LangChain's doing, or maybe not all the stuff LangChain's doing, a lot of the stuff LangChain is doing, and they're making that available to developers right within ChatGPT. So that's a big thing. Naming these things GPTs and not bots is brilliant, right? This is similar to when Apple launched their Vision Pro goggles, they never used the term metaverse once, right? Why? Because they wanted to redefine it as spatial computing, which they successfully did, as evidenced by the fact that Meta referred to what their goggles do is spatial computing like 2 months after Apple did that. So ChatGPT, by calling these things GPTs, that's all anyone is ever going to call these things. Are you going to GPT that? Oh, give me that GPT. Hey, do you have a GPT that does this? Fucking brilliant. People don't want bots. We already have a Hollywood narrative that the robots are going to kill us. So if you call them bots, everyone will be afraid of them. But now it's just a GPT. Go GPT that. Yeah. So that's huge. I don't even really remember any of the other details. Those are the biggies. Thanks for going live. I think that was great. Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for hanging out with me. How much time do I have? I have a few more minutes here. Party next year in San Francisco. Just got off the OpenAI live stream and mind blown. I know Nexus, the AI hub. I mean the amount of announcements that just happened is like it's really hard to unpack. 128,000 token context window, the collapsing of everything into a single tool that just does everything, GPTs, a GPT marketplace with revenue sharing. So if you publish a publicly usable GPT that probably ranks, right, in their different categories, they're sharing revenue with you. That's what we say to ourselves when we think we can leave your live. Unless he does 1 hour, or unless he does one more what? Well, oh, one more thing. Oh yeah, exactly. That's good. Yeah. Although my one more things are never planned. They're always just, chat ADD brain farts. Oh my God. Can take actions on our behalf. That was the other one, River. Can take actions is huge. Oh, and then the fact that you can upload just your documents to it. Amazing. I've never been so glad for a Monday morning meeting was postponed. Thank you. I know I postponed a meeting. I'm so glad I did, because it was only like an hour ago. I thought, why don't I go live and just talk about this stuff? And though it was, Sherry was asking about, why am I crying? And someone else said, I'm finding myself getting really emotional. I'm headed over to Pi for some therapy. Like this was oddly